Hi, I'm Mike Trevarrow, Vice President of Global Workplace Safety at General Motors. We place great value on our goals towards no injuries and zero fatalities. Whether you're an employee, visitor, service provider, or contractor, you're able to provide a valuable service and/or support for our sites, and we expect you to take an active role in ensuring everyone returns home safely. Every person, every site, every day. We are raising the bar on safety standards, and we need everyone's active participation to progress our safety culture. The most critical way to ensure your safety is for you to be fully engaged and be able to recognize hazards and act upon them to eliminate or reduce the risk. Now let's take a closer look.
This video will walk you through the minimum safety requirements that service providers are obligated to fulfill before, during, and after your service. First and foremost, it is important to highlight that it's the responsibility of your employer to provide specific training, work procedures, and all necessary tools and equipment to perform your work activities at GM. Regardless of the type of work you perform, it is important that standardized work procedures are followed. These are job-specific plans required to perform work at GM facilities, whether it's in the form of work instructions or a pre-task plan. You must never perform work that has not been properly planned. And, in circumstances when the scope of the job changes, you must stop and ask your employer to reassess the plan. Only properly trained and authorized personnel can execute tasks that are considered high risk. Activities such as working at heights, accessing confined spaces, or live electrical work, amongst others. These activities must be properly planned by your employer. During the training and planning required for your task, you may notice certain instructions vary from your past experiences performing similar tasks at other company sites. Make sure to review those instructions and be aware of any special conditions. Additionally, please be aware that your employer is also responsible for providing an emergency response plan. Ask your employer to execute emergency drills for possible scenarios to test your knowledge of the plan and provide you an opportunity to highlight possible improvements. For example, service providers working with chemicals should have an emergency response plan for the event of a chemical spill. Understanding what to do in a case of an emergency is critical. Lastly, you may be asked to participate in an inspection or a safety observation tour during or at the conclusion of your service. This is an opportunity to walk the plant floor with a GM representative and talk about safety as it relates to your work. To review, you should only engage in pre-planned activities, be aware of special conditions relating to your work, and know your company's emergency safety plans. If the work conditions differ from your initial plan, or if you encounter hazards that you did not plan for, stop and get support from your leadership to make sure that the plan is adjusted accordingly. Remember that task creep or shortcuts are unnecessary risks to take. If you see a safety concern, raise it to your employer. Always use personal protective equipment and never hesitate to remind a coworker to work safely. Please also accept reminders from your coworkers who are only expressing interest for your safety. We want everyone to make it back home safely to their loved ones each and every day. In order to do so, we must all speak the same language: safety.
Remember our brand, safety, it's personal, own it. We want you to return home safely. Every person, every site, every day.